welcome to this for Dummies guide how to install Squad server on Linux. We'll start by using PuTTY to connect to our Linux terminal as root, and we will use the root and administrator password or root password that have been provided to us by our host. Make sure that your server is running 64-bit architecture. This guide will be made for Debian because that is a system I've used the most. It will also work for CentOS and possible other distributions, but those are the two I recommend. We'll start by installing the application screen, and then followed by installing the library GCC or 32 GCC1. These are used to run Squad server in an instance that so it doesn't shut down when you shut down PuTTY, and the other one is used for Steam CMD. After that, we will create a server that, we will create a user account that will run our servers because they will not run as root. Command for that is add user, and then I'll just use Squad server, simple as that. And then provide a password twice, and then it will ask you a full name, room number, work phone, home phone, other. Just press enter, and then when asked if it's correct, press Y. Connect to your user account by SSH at SSH server name at localhost. Press enter. Provide the password you provided, and done. I'll use clear to clear the window so we can see what we're typing. After that, we're going to set up the directories and everything. You can see that this is I have something already here. Because I have already used this, I will simply remove all of this. I can actually type correctly. There we go, and now nothing. And after that, we'll start making the folder servers, simple as that. And we'll go into that folder, and then we'll make a server called MumbleBeans1 because this is me installing the public servers for MumbleBeans on Linux. The server is freshly installed. The only thing I was doing was verifying that Steam was working before. After that, we will download Steam CMD, which the links to and everything will be linked in the video description, and also this guide will be on the Squad wiki with everything, every command there, and every procedure exactly as I'm doing here. This is just to show you the operating procedure. After we've downloaded the file, we will unpack it, simple as that. Once it's unpacked, we will create a squad called update server 1, simple as that. And then we will enter the command to actually update the server. And use plus login anonymous because Squad's dedicated server is actually free. Force install their server 1, I believe I called it, and then select that it's actually the correct app that we wanted to update and validate so it checks everything. After you enter that, you will press Ctrl O, which is saving, and then Ctrl X to enter. I use Nano as a text editor. It's simple. It's simple, it's powerful, it's everything you need. After that, we will select that all files can be run or give them the executable permission. That is so they actually can run, otherwise we will be just looking at them. And after that, we will also run update server 1. And then it will download everything. Now, depending on how good the connection of your server, which I hope is fast, that's why you wouldn't be able to run the server, as this might take a while. Sometimes Steam CMD can be really slow, or Steam can be really slow to download. You will probably see they have to actually cut once they're downloading. And here 10%, 15%. If you would be smart now, you'd have a second window where you could go on with the guide, but for the operating procedure, I'm just going to sit here and wait, and you're going to listen to my bad taste in music. We're coming up on 60-70% anyway. So after this, what we'll do is we'll proceed on installing the first server instance, which will come here, which should be fine soon. Yeah. And once it's installed, we'll simply tell Steam that we don't need it anymore, and for that is exit. And then we use clear again, so we get a clear window. And after that, we will create the start script for the server. So first of all, voila, we now have something called server 1. We can go into this folder and watch, and here we have the squad server files. So we're gonna go out of that, and then we're gonna have a start server 1 script. And in that one, we're gonna simply enter squad. First of all, we're gonna go into cd server 1, and then we're gonna start the squad server executable. And then we're gonna enter all of these commands. These are the ports and everything you want to run on it, and these will obviously be set up for you, how you set up your server. This is using the standard ones. And let's say fixed max players equals 80, because I'm running an 80 player server. Random equals none, because I don't want it to switch maps without me, or I just want it to follow the map list configuration. And that's it. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll give everything executable, because we actually need to spell it correctly, and we need that to be able to run. And then we'll create a screen that I showed before, which means server 1, and then we'll enter said screen. And this is so I can now start the server, and it's gonna run. And here we go. Here's the server started. Obviously, we haven't added any configs or whatever. So I'm gonna actually shut down that by pressing Control Z and then exit out of the screen. And then main screen is terminating, so the screen is turned on. I'm gonna redo that soon. So now we're gonna edit the configs. We'll go into server 1, and we'll just show whatever happens here, and we'll go into squad, and I'll show the folders all the way, server config, and here you have the server configs for your server. And I'll go into server CFG, and here we're gonna name it Mumble Dreams Teamwork 1. I believe we have only. We'll add it to 80 players, and all of these are fine, and then pretty much Control O, save it, exit, and then you can go into admins. Oh, is it capital A? Something very cool about Linux terminal is that if I write this AD and then I press tab, it will autocorrect to something that fits it. If I would have two files starting with AD, I would have to write ADM and so on. But that saves a lot of time. And here we have the permissions. I'm not going to set all of this up because I already have finished config files, which you can see here. I am now going to show you how to actually connect to those. So if we start something I call WinSCP, you can now connect to your the server. I'm going to add a new site here, and I'm going to add this IP address. I'm going to provide root. I hope the password is not showing. And I'm going to save this. And I'm going to save the password, and I'm going to say root at, this should not be called Supernova because the server hostname is wrong, but I'll just serve a squad server like that, and I'll connect to it, I'll press yes, and here you have your complete server. You should probably connect as squad server, but I'll just show you how to connect as root, because if you connect to root, you can do whatever you want. So you want to go to the folder. First of all, when you get into root, you will be in this folder here, and you see I'll press the double dot, which means back, and then you go into home, and squad server, and servers, and server 1, squad, server config, and here you have the folders, which means I am simply going to go to my desktop here as well, where I have all the configs, and I'm just gonna do this and just gonna drag and drop them there, and yes to all. There, I've now written, so if I go into admins.cfg, I suddenly see that, oh, I have a lot of permissions and a ton of admins and everything. And now I can create that screen again. And screen R1, and start. And I'm actually in the wrong folder, so I have to go back. I was here, yeah, start server 1. And now my server is up and running with the config I have made, and everything is up and running completely, and bam, we're done. So that's it. Obviously, there's a ton more things you can do. This is a very simple how to get started with the operating procedure, just to complete the video guide with something. And if you have any questions, please go to the Squad Hosting Discord or the Squad General Discord. You can find me with the bracket M and then Nordic Socialist as a nickname. PM me, highlight me, whatever, I will help you, absolutely. There's also a ton of people inside the Squad Hosting Discord that can help you as well. Yeah, that's it. Have a nice day.